Good. Have a good day. You're dismissed. Goodbye. Hey everybody, hello, how you doing? I'm back again. Welcome to the Wolvie family. If this is your first time for show, God, the human being inside me, I tell you, man, I mess up all the time. I'll fix my little mistake. We all know what it is. Moving forward, no big deal. I'm starting to hit these stories that are hitting around home. I don't just do it far and abroad. I do them right here in the good old Wayne County, where we have a Wayne County lieutenant that seems to think that he's above the law for some reason. I don't know why anybody would think that, but this is a crazy story too, because not only is this person who I said he was, this person's boss on the same day was on the other side of the state with the governor signing new law and a new bill that protects people from domestic violence victims and gives them more protections. And his boss just happened to be sitting behind the governor. This lieutenant's boss, and I'm going to tell you something, Browntown police did a full investigation. The pictures that they have, we don't have them, but there was pictures taken. There was witnesses. There were people present when this happened. And this lieutenant's not going to be a lieutenant for long. If the system works like it should, and which in this case I believe it's going to. So without any further ado, let's take a look at this investigation we're looking at here. This is channel 7 out from my way. Let's listen in.
A lieutenant in the Wayne County Sheriff's Office is facing criminal charges and ugly allegations involving domestic abuse. He's accused of attacking his girlfriend, who's also a fellow deputy. So why was he allowed to keep coming to work even after he was forced to give up his gun? Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
911, where is your emergency?
The call for help came just after 8 p.m. on the night of November 4th. The woman calling wasn't the victim, but her friend.
My friend's been on the phone with me all day, trying to leave and get herself out of her significant other's house.
Her friend.
Now, we know this inside our community. We've been watching this happen forever. Women have been complaining. I actually have subscribers that have been married to, that have ex-cops as husbands that used to beat on them. Those of you that know them, I don't want to sit here and front them all off. They know who they are, and if you know their stories, some are open with it, some are not. And it is a really messed up situation. And usually it's a long-term abuse. It's not a short-term. If they don't get away with it right away, they let it go on for years. And we all know that I believe that there was a Department of Justice statistics back in an Obama administration where them numbers were pretty high for law enforcement that beat their wives. So getting back to the facts, I mean, this is what they are. It's not pretty. And shame on them.
And was a deputy in the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, and her significant other was Lieutenant Nelson Martinez, a supervisor in the jail.
She's on the phone. The last thing I heard is her screaming at the top of her lungs for him to get the F off of her. And his daughter is crying in the background saying, Dad, stop, Dad, stop. And now it's on mute, and I don't know what's going on.
When police arrived, they said the victim appeared badly hurt. Her left eye partially closed due to swelling, with visible bruising and redness. Brownstown police said Lieutenant Martinez appeared heavily intoxicated. his speech slurred, he was unsteady on his feet. He denied any physical altercation with his girlfriend, the deputy, and she agreed. But the lieutenant's own daughter.
Before we go back with the lieutenant's own daughter, let's just be real about it. We know damn well that when the police turn on their own and talk like that, you know it's the truth. So he was really staggering, using preponderance of the evidence of how we see things. And so, when we use preponderance of the evidence, we're using the quorum of evidence that they use against us. So it's about time we start using it against them. Before we go any further, we got the Constitutional Media Guide. What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Girl with a camera, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, welcome. I don't know, man. I haven't got my notifications yet, and I'm sure other people haven't either. So it is what it is. And maybe I should have taken my time getting into this, but it's no big deal. Maybe they're watching my other one I released earlier. But my point is that when we see these things, Martinez should have been suspended forthwith. As soon as it was put into the system, it's in their code of conduct to be forthcoming with their commanders and the people that they know. And I'm going to tell you that right now. They're going to be forthcoming. And if they're not, they'll get fired for that. So even if he does beat this without saying anything, he would have got fired. So we do know that he did go. He had to tell somebody higher than them. And they thought by, slipping underneath the rug and changing shifts and putting them on a different facility that was going to do something. Right. I don't know what's going on, but I seem to be going down here and I don't understand. But anyway, okay. No big deal. The news must go on.
Daughter told police a very different story, that a fight over her Spanish homework led her father to. Browntown police said Lieutenant Martinez appeared heavily intoxicated. His speech slurred, he was unsteady on his feet. He denied any physical altercation with his girlfriend, the deputy, and she agreed. But the lieutenant's own daughter told police a very different story, that a fight over her Spanish homework led her father to push his girlfriend into a grill.
Now, if that ain't transparency, I don't know what is. This is his blood, flesh and blood, coming against him for somebody that's not his flesh and blood. I would tend to, that is very, very particularly factual, more believable than it being her daughter. I'm glad it was his daughter that said so. If you guys see what I'm saying, and I'm glad it was another female that actually told the truth. And I'm glad it was a female that turned this whole situation in, which was the friend. Whoever you are, you did your friend a solid, because that's not ratting. That's not telling on somebody. You're not a rat when somebody's beating the crap out of you and they're law enforcement and you're law enforcement and your job is to protect people from exactly what he's doing to you. How the hell are you supposed to protect everybody else that's coming to you for help with their men beating them down when your man's beating you down? That's bad. And this woman better testify against him. If she doesn't, she should lose her job.
Then punch her with a closed fist multiple times. She said her father put the woman in a headlock, that the assault continued into another room, and the woman was punched yet again in the face. Lieutenant Martinez was arrested and jailed by Browntown police, charged by the Wayne County prosecutor with domestic violence back on November 6th.
There it is. That right there went out. That when as soon as his name was attached to this right here, there ain't no way, shape, or form. See where my cursor is? Yeah. No way, shape, or form that this man should have ever continued to stay on the job. And yet he did.
But as recently as Wednesday,
I'm Ross Jones with Channel 7. How are you?
Which was just a few days ago.
Yeah.
he was coming to work for the Wayne County Sheriff. That's where we found him.
You were recently charged with domestic violence. Is that correct?
No comment.
Remember, Wednesday
Did you
was
punch
2
a
days
woman in the
ago,
face,
guys.
Lieutenant?
No comment on that. No, I did not.
He just lied to us.
Today, I am going to be signing the Michigan.
Now, you see this lady right here? And you see this guy right here? These guys are her bosses, his boss. The lady that was assaulted. Yeah. The deputy sheriff female that was assaulted by the lieutenant deputy sheriff male. This is right here. These are her bosses right here. Excuse me. See this? This dude and this lady right here.
Crime Victims' Rights Package.
On the very same day Martinez was charged with domestic violence, Governor Whitmer signed into law new rights for domestic violence victims. And standing just over her shoulder was Martinez's boss, Sheriff Raphael Washington.
We all know that any form of abuse can leave scars for a lifetime. We must take survivors' claims seriously and make sure that they have the support that they need.
But rather than suspend Martinez after he was charged, records show the sheriff kept him on the job.
Now, tell me that ain't a joke. Tell me that ain't a joke. It's sad that they have to come to such an extreme for it to be brought to light. Yeah, I know, isn't it? Isn't it crazy?
Instead of working in Jail Division 1, where his alleged victim works, Martinez was moved to Division 2 on a different shift.
See the Dofi
Well, he's out
move?
on-
See that Dofi move? Let's go back to that and look at that again.
Was moved to Division 2 on a different.
Make sure that they have the support that they need.
But rather than suspend Martinez after he was charged, records show the sheriff kept him on the job. Instead of working in Jail Division 1, where his alleged victim works, Martinez was moved to Division 2 on a different shift.
So, per Sheriff R. Washington, there you go. He's got his name all over that. He needs a suspension because he's called, that's obstructing. He's obstructing justice, man. Delaying or obstructing.
While he's out on bond, the lieutenant had to give up his gun, but kept coming to work.
Is it appropriate for somebody facing a domestic violence charge who had to give up his gun to be coming to work?
That's Wayne County Jail behind him, guys. Right where he belonged.
At the sheriff's office right now?
No comment. Sir.
That's where me and Freakin' went. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember that when we went and took care of business down there and was recording during you know when.
On Wednesday, we told the sheriff we plan to report on Lieutenant
Which is 2 days ago.
Martinez's arrest. Later that night, the sheriff reversed course.
The allegations are serious in nature. The decision was made by the sheriff to suspend Lieutenant Martinez with pay until the outcome of that legal proceeding.
Captain Reed Chakrabarty heads up internal affairs for the Wayne County Sheriff's Office.
Should he have been suspended from the start?
It's the decision of the sheriff when someone is suspended.
That means, yeah, but the sheriff didn't make a good decision. So now he's going to cop-splain us a little bit. You know how that rolls, right, guys?
It was the installation of the sheriff and both parties involved at the sheriff's office that he was separated from the person that made the
Man, I still didn't get my notifications.
allegations. We didn't have all the information at that time.
The county's internal affairs investigation won't begin until the criminal case has concluded. The lieutenant is due back in court on November 21st. We're in the newsroom tonight. I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
Sad, ain't it? Ain't it, guys? You know, there's only so much we can do, but while we're doing it, we're going to tell the truth. And forgive me if I didn't come up to par with a couple words there in the title. That's talk text for you, in old age. Can't see. I need new glasses. My doctor, not that I need to explain, but my eye doctor was sick. So when we see these things, though, getting back to the facts, you really can't, as much as you try, as much as you put forth setting guidelines to protect yourself and others as a supervisor and the people under you, for you to do a good job, the bare minimum is transparency. And if you can't equally apply the law to everybody, you shouldn't be in that position to begin with. All right, guys. I'll see you in the comments. God bless. You take care. I'm back quiet reading the mail for show.